Guess what? I've just drafted this top from scratch. And I've hardly made any mistakes while I was working on it. Hi guys, I'm Kat, and I'm learning how to sew clothes that actually fit, one error at a time. Today, I want to chat to you about this top that I've made. This was completely from scratch. From a photo, without any pattern. Well, I used my bodice block pattern and then amended it from there to emulate what I saw in the picture. And it actually worked. I'm really shocked. This is where the sewing becomes limitless and when you can do anything that you want, that you see anywhere. Of course, I'm a long way to go from doing anything I see out there, but I'm pretty proud of this one. So the way I went about it was to analyze the photo first. I did some tutorials on how similar garments are made. I've recently done a bodice block course as well with Kate at Project Pattern. It's a really good course. I'm not getting any commission for recommending it and I've paid for it myself, so no freebies there. It's just a really good course. And it's really helping me to understand how the patterns work and how to fit things to my own body to make them work. It really makes everything limitless. So as part of the course, I've done my own bodice block, which means that I've got a block that fits my body perfectly and then I can adjust it to make anything else from it. And this is what I've made. I had to adjust my block. I was using Adobe Illustrator and making the adjustments that I thought would work. From the bodice, I had to rotate my darts to make it work. I had to create an inner layer, sort of lining layer, and then this outer layer which bubbles out and sort of hangs off the inner layer. And I was pretty shocked that I've managed to do that. I'm really surprised that it worked. I didn't expect it. So what I've done is to create two layers. And if you see any tutorials on bubble skirts, which seem to be quite popular on YouTube as well, then it's a similar way of doing it. I had to create an inner layer and outer layer. The inner layer is tighter and it's underneath and it's a bit shorter than this one. And this one has more volume, but it's also a little bit longer so that it bubbles underneath and creates this sort of nice fullness all around. So the fabric I chose for this project is this nice light cotton drapey piece. I really love the pattern on it. It's just so cute. It's not really my color, so I don't know if I will be keeping the top or giving it to one of my friends, but it's just so cute. I had to do something with it. It's super adorable and it really lends itself to sort of this outer layer. I got it from the exchange table on one of the sewing socials. I think it was at Saree Sews, and I fell in love with it. I think we all fall for it with cute fabric. There's just something about it that is irresistible. And yeah, this one was super cute. So I thought carefully about the placement here and I matched it up on the back pieces. The front piece is all-in-one, so there wasn't so much matching necessary, but I did think about it carefully in the back and I did think about how to cut it so that the pattern is at the bottom and not by my face. I do absolutely love it though. And it's just the right kind of drapey, so it really works for this kind of top. It wouldn't necessarily work well in anything that's too heavy. So this was definitely the right choice. Look at me choosing the right fabric and all. It's unbelievable. I'm really happy with that. It was really crazy to work on the project from start to finish. It really changes my thinking about making the garments. There are all those little things that you have to think about, how to pivot each dart, where your fullness is, what do you pivot things around. A lot of learning there, really loads. Thinking through the construction was quite interesting as well. Because it's a woven fabric, I have to think about the exact proportions and the exact sort of ease that I needed to actually put the garment on. So I needed to make the inner layer slightly wider as well, otherwise it would not have gone through my arms. And I needed to make a small opening at the back for my head, otherwise that would not have gone through. And it did not come out perfect. For some reason the corners are not as clean as I would have hoped. I think I just needed to trim the seam allowances there a little bit and make sure that they are a bit more square. But it's a small thing that I could do better next time. It's not horrible, it's just not perfect. And I think it could have been slightly wider. I think the way it is this thin, it's a little bit too flimsy. It would have looked nicer if it was wider. I will give that to Esme. A bigger bow does look better. Then I needed to think about the construction itself, how to put the lining and this layer together. And I've used the burrito method. So I've had to roll things up, sew them in, then take it out. It's a little bit like magic. I found a really good video that teaches it, so I will link it in my description as well. As part of the construction, I had to gather this outer layer onto the inner layer, which was quite challenging, but it seems to have worked quite well. And the only error I've done really was to not make it long enough. In the photo, the top was a bit longer, and I think that might have worked a bit better, but it still works really well, and you just need to have tighter trousers to make it look good. Otherwise, you would have too much volume around the stomach, which is usually not an area that I try to draw attention to. So that might not work with all the clothes that I've got, but it does work with this pair specifically, so we are all good. One thing that really surprised me was how much math there was in pattern drafting. I really need to think through my ratios, and I've decided to go with 2:1, with the lining being 1 and this being obviously 2, so this has twice as much fabric on the bottom as it does have on my inner layer, so that it can be gathered and it can get into the right shape. And to get that done, I really had to think it through properly, because you are not only having the circumference of the waist, you also need to think about the darts. My inner layer has some darts, so you need to take those out when you are doing your measurements. We are working with half the bodice or with quarters, so you have to make sure that you multiply and divide things in the right way. And then you also have to add your seam allowances to make it all work. And obviously my length was a bit of guesswork, so I didn't get it exactly right. And if I was to do it again, I would make it slightly longer. Well, at least the photo that I used as the inspiration was quite a bit longer, so this didn't work out exactly as I thought it would, but I still think it's quite cute. So it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, I could just do it again and make it longer and use this as my wearable toile. And wearable it really is. No one can say that it can't be worn. It works well, and it works well with those trousers. Let me know what you think about this one, or if there is anything out there that you would like me to try and recreate. I'm ready for a challenge. So if there are any photos that you like, I will try to analyze them and I will try to turn them into a garment. Obviously, if I like them too, because ultimately it has to be something that I will wear, or maybe one of my friends will wear. There is no point making clothes and throwing them away, so it will have to be something that works for my figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one.